Hey everybody, it's your Big Gathering here, Aaron the Baron Von Cripple, and today we're going to play us an hour of Super Mario Civ 6. I specify this because this game can go on for hours. That's kind of the fun part of this game, but be warned ahead of time, it's a more slow-paced game. You know, you're building a civilization. It's one of the great rulers throughout history. So if you're not into slower-paced games, probably not the video for you. Come back later in the week. Tomorrow we'll have Shadow of Mordor, most likely. A little bit more fast-paced, but I did this to sort of show you guys if you are new to Sid Meier's Civ 6, and not that I know everything about it, but like one of the first things I had the most trouble with was getting a game started where it didn't just pick somebody random for me. If you're just starting, always do the tutorial if you don't know anything about it. It may not be a terrible idea if you just need a refresher, but you go single player and then create game. This lets you pick your leader, your difficulty, and a couple other options. I'm playing on Prince because I played a good bit of Civ 5, but I wouldn't say I know 100% what I'm doing. We'll sort of learn as we go. Game speed is standard. I think if you take it to like quick, if you just really can't stand, or online, the pacing, I think it takes less time to research stuff, which I'll kind of explain that when we get started. Um, Choose map. There's several map types. I like continent because it usually has several continents that have water between them, so units can be useful. Map size. A lot of people say if you're just starting, maybe do a smaller map. I'm going to do a large map, which will hopefully have bunches of city states and a couple of AI, just for funsies. If I lose, I lose. It's no gigantic big deal. Come down here, go to advanced setup. Okay, I don't care about all that. It can be random leaders. Standard rules, Prince. You can even set the area you start in if there's an area you prefer. Once you get to know the game a little bit better, get to know the game a bit better. I can't start mumbling. I was trying to talk fast. Map, continents, sure, large, world age, standard. I believe that affects how long your game goes. I'm not sure. Temperature, rainfall. I've never messed with any of those options. But what I do is I set resources to abundant, just for fun, and start position balance. Everybody gets a fairly decent start. And after, there's other options down here where you can cut off victory conditions. Timeline by game speed. I'm not sure what all that means because I've never messed with it, but okay, so I'm going to go back to, just so I don't mess this up, go back to regular. Okay, explaining the world leaders really fast here. Each world leader has a special set of abilities. You'll probably have to play the game to sort of figure out which ones you like better. Normally I play in Japan, but I was playing the other day and I actually like Perseus. I think there's a, I guess it's Perseus. One extra wild card policy slot in any government. I'll explain that when we get to our first government. Surrounded by glory, +5 culture per city state you are the suzerain of. Which culture affects how your city, the growth rate of your city. I believe it did in Civ 5 unless they've changed. The Hoplite is a special Greek unit. It replaces the spearmen and they get a +10% combat strength when they're next to another hoplite. And Acropolis is a special Greek district that replaces the theater district. So I'm going to play as Perseus. Start game.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Your mastery of the spoken word is a gift of great value, silver-tongued Pericles, leader of the Greeks. Through it, you can attract the devotion of a league of states, surrounding yourself with their glory. Establish cultural sites along the rocky shores of Greece to unite your people behind your strong governance. If all goes well, the sirens will sing of the age of Pericles.
Okay, that was a little introduction to our guy. Voiced by Sean Bean. They usually always have epic voice actors for Civ games. Okay, quick rundown. I'm going to explain a lot. Like I said, I'm not really good at this game, but to sort of help you guys, if you are just starting to understand sort of what we're doing here. Okay, this guy with the flag is our settler. You build those to build new cities. Usually you just take the start it gives you, which that's a fairly decent start, and there's resources off to this side here, so go ahead and settle our city so that can start growing. Okay, these tiles represent the different resources, obviously, because these just aren't regular tiles. And you will choose a production. Basically, you got your units, and then these are your districts. I think that's what they're called, your district. And these are buildings that can be added to the district to give you various effects. Now, okay, you see here it says 60 production. The cog is your production, which means you can do things in your city to gain more production, and it basically figures out the number of turns for you to make this structure based on your production per turn, and then how many turns will that have to equal the production requirement of the unit or structure. Pretty simple. This one will produce +2 culture in our city, which will help us grow. Builders are units you build to help you improve your tiles. As in, once we research it, we can put a mine on these 2 stone deposits, or is it camp? No, I think it's like a pen or a farm on the animal tiles. Scout is a fast moving unit that has 3 movement. Is used to scout out the area. Go figure. Warrior is your basic melee unit, and your slinger is your basic ranged unit. We'll go scout. Okay. Now you see down here, this circle always tells you what you need to do. This blue indicator with the vial is your research. Sorry guys, got some heartburn today. Okay. You see something that increases the blue vial that you research. Figured out the same way as production, but research goes to you discovering new technology. Figured out the same way as far as turns go, and this will allow us to build various improvements in certain structures in our city. So, one thing it took me forever to learn is not like have an overall arcing idea necessarily, even though that helps, but build based on what's around you. So I've got 2 stone and 2 animal spots. It takes a minute to build a worker, so well, I'll go animal husbandry. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. Now to show you another thing, and this might be jumping a bit ahead here, but like I said, when you play Sid Meier's, Sid games in general, there's a lot of stuff to take in if you're new, so don't try to get it all at once. If you click the city name there and you come here, you can actually manage your city tiles. And I bring you here to show you the tiles we have that we can work. Obviously, we have 1 citizen, and your city tiles always work, and that 1 citizen has been put to working this. So we generate 3 food and 1 production per turn. Now, as the city grows, we'll get more people in the city, and they can work more of these tiles. But this is an example of how you would up your production by like, hey, when our city grows, we'll get an extra settler. So maybe if we wanted more production, we'll put him here because, we'll get 2 food and 2 more production. But just to put it in context, there's structures and other things you can do that might give plus science, which will look like the little beaker icon, what you saw for the research. Okay, now we will exit that. So, kind of a shitty thing is there's barbarians in this game, and they search around for you too. They don't act as any other city-states or populaces, but they still try to fuck with you. So, at the beginning, unfortunately, you kind of have to use your warrior to explore, to find other tiles and stuff. But we'll move on to our next turn, because that first turn took forever just to explain some of the bare bones basics. Okay. As you can see, when you click on the unit, that blue circle is where I can, or the blue area is where I can move, and you're like, okay, you can move like 2 hexes this way, right? But you can only move... Well, that would be 2 hexes to go here and here, but you can only move 1 this way. Okay, every unit has 2 movement. Keep that in mind. And in Civ 6, which is different from 5, you have to have 2 movement to move into... Do they get... What's the term they use? I think it's like rough terrain, hindering terrain, whatever you want to call it. So if I wanted to move into this rainforest, it would take all my movement and stop there. But if I wanted to try to go around it or do something else, I could go this way. But since we haven't discovered anything, we'll just walk into the rainforest. See what we have. I mean, at least we're kind of protected this way because of the rainforest. And then we can't really do anything else because we're researching a unit and we're doing our other research the next turn. Sorry again if I'm talking. Yeah, there's a barbarian scout. Okay. Something also new in Sid Meier is like, you know, if a barbarian scout found your city, I mean, it wasn't a huge deal. They kind of knew where you were, but who cares? If this guy makes it to my city and sees it, and then makes it back to wherever his barbarian encampment is, which might be somewhere over here, they will be warned. Well, they'll be given my location, and then they will start trying to attack me.
Finally tracked the barbarian raiders plaguing these lands to their source.
See, there's the camp.
We must destroy the stronghold.
Okay. So we need to try to destroy that, but I don't have a lot of units right now, so I don't really want to throw down with him. But that might make me rush a slinger or another unit just to deal with him, because you don't have to rush dealing with them, but dealing with them is always a good idea. Okay, instead of moving this turn, what I'm going to do is you have other buttons here. Move to, which I have trouble getting to work sometimes because I'm not sure if it's right or left click, is if you want to set a destination way out in the blue yonder for him to go over several turns, you can queue it and he'll just move that way himself. Garrisoning or fortifying gives you a defensive boost and heals you over turns. And I'm not sure the exact number on it, but so if these guys come out of the camp, come across the river, I will take less damage fighting them because I'm fortified. And I'm going to do that so I can keep an eye on them, obviously. And, you know, not get hit unless they come at me first. While I'll let my scout over here build, and then... Oh, man. I'd really rather do a builder, but I could probably get away with doing a slinger and then researching masonry. Or not masonry. Mining. So I can go ahead and improve those stone tiles. I clicked next turn, didn't I? Shit. Well, go on. Go on with your bad self.
Our city continues to prosper.
Okay.
Already our people thrive.
So we have 2 citizens. Now, you remember what I told you that you could do that? Click this. Click the little Greek face here, or person face, and manage the individually. If you wanted to focus on something else, I'm not sure how this adjusts everything because you can set multiples of these, but you can set to focus on culture, and that'll get you plus 1.7 per turn, focus on food, focus on production, science, faith, and money. I'm going to set mine to focus on production to try to get units out quicker. Because I don't have a huge population, so food shouldn't be an issue yet. And if this seems like a lot, again, you're not going to master it.
Like scouts are unique in that they
And
can
like,
gain experience by...
I really need to cut her off sometime. You're not going to master something like this the first time you play it. It's going to take time to find a civilization you like to fit the strategy that you like to play. So don't get frustrated with it. And it feels like a lot. I tried to play Civ 5 with my younger brother the other day. I think Thomas has made an appearance on the channel playing games, and he just had this bewildered look on his face, like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, just hear me and try to absorb it, but, you know, take your time with it. Okay, let's see, what would be something else? Queued the slinger because... In like Civ 5, you start out with a basic scout that you could upgrade to an archer once you learned archery. In this, you get a basic ranged unit slinger, which unfortunately only has an attack range of 2, But the advantage to range units is when they attack, they do not get counterattacked. Like if I move this warrior over here was to attack these spearmen, my warriors would attack the spearmen, then the spearmen would attack my warriors. If I used a ranged unit, only my unit attacks. So the slinger would attack the spearmen, and the spearmen wouldn't counterattack, and they would have to attack on their turn. It's very important because positioning is important to keeping units alive. Go figure, but probably more so than you would think initially. Okay. So our borders grew because of the culture. Because I think you're in this one, your population, and it might have been ON5, your population grew independent of your borders growing. So we grew, and we took over this rice field over here, which we can improve once we make a worker and research. I guess you can put a farm on it since it doesn't really say. See, something else that might be nice to cover right now before we just get hella involved. Okay, to speed up here, city grows sometimes. And I think cities grow up to 3 tiles from their center. So 1, 2, like that's the furthest out this way, this one would grow. If you want to get a tile quick because you don't want an enemy to snatch it, you come down here and you press this button. It's purchase tiles for gold. Now, I don't have enough money right now, but I could buy any of these tiles for the price listed, and my borders would just grow to encompass that tile. Probably not something you want to do early, but something to bear in mind later. And you can also do the same thing with military units and structures. Sorry guys, I'm yawning. And there's one over here where you can purchase units with faith. That one's a little different because you purchase religious units because you... Well, we'll cover faith maybe in another video because I don't think I'm going to focus on faith this time. We'll see. Because faith, I don't exactly understand the ins and outs of it. My friend D plays faith a lot more, so he would probably be the man to talk to about that. Let's get you to go there. Now, to talk about the units again real quick. Okay, what's the advantage of this? Because you're like, oh, well, you can move back one if you wanted to. Of course, they wouldn't accomplish anything. Remember when I told you earlier it takes 2 movement? The scout has a movement of 3, so he can move into hindering... I'm going to call it hindering terrain, rough terrain, whatever you want to call it. And then he can move one more... He's got one more movement. Sorry, guys. But since, you know, all the tiles around him in the direction we want to go are further hindering terrain, he can't move into them. But the reason he can move out of it is because of the 3 movement. Now you'll notice he has a weak melee combat strength when compared to this warrior who has 20 but only has 2 movements. So they're used to move around real far and explore. Concern.
I am fond of pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs treat us as equals.
Okay, that research allows me to build camps on certain tiles, and you know, I'll give you the exact name. Unit build. Oh, when did I open that key? I had to play with that later to see what that does. It allows us to improve camps, which I think go on, yeah, fur, ivory, deer, and truffles. Oh, that was a truffle, not a fox. Okay, well, I got that icon wrong. And build a pasture. That's around cattle and sheep and horses. Now, what does that do? That gives us +1 production on that tile. It also says... Sorry guys, I can't get my shit in order today. +1 production, which it said 0.5 housing. Food requires exploration. So I guess when we get the exploration tech, we get an extra food, and production requires robotics, and it gets an extra production once we upgrade to robotics. And something similar, I'm guessing, for... Okay, on camps it increases it by 1 gold, half housing, and then 1 production for mercantilism, and +1 gold for synthetic materials. Okay, I don't really have anything that would be useful for us, so what we'll do next is mining. So when we build a worker, we can improve the stone tiles with the quarry around our settlement. So it's a need of orders. I'm guessing it's my warriors. That's the one that's highlighted. He just, yeah, he's fine. Just go to the next one. Okay. Next turn, we'll just move there and then the coast. Nice. Wait a second, I can move it. I guess it changed its mind. Whatever. Sorry guys, I am so yawny today. I guess because I was like playing this last night with friends and should have went to bed instead of being an idiot. Can move down there. Okay, and a Eureka or inspiration. It's inspiration for your civic policies and a Eureka for tech. You have discovered another continent where you realize there is a wide world of trading opportunities. So when you do certain things, you get a boost to your research or culture on civics, which helps out to learn stuff faster when you do certain things. Now,
Our explorers have spotted another.
if you really get good at it and caring about the game, you can go in here. This is what we're currently researching. Up here you have your tech tree, which you saw me go into earlier, your civic tree, which I want to save till we get Code of Law finished. Great People, which we might cover later, and Great Works. Because I'm not entirely sure how Great Works play in this game. I will ask my more experienced friends for the next video and maybe we'll cover it. So you click the tech tree. Okay, this is pretty self-explanatory, but like, if you want archery, you have to have animal husbandry because archery. But you can look at down here to boost, kill a unit with a slinger. So if I build a slinger and go kill a unit, I get a boost to archery. That's how you get those Eurekas and the inspirations. Now, of course, your base 3 don't have any you have to deal with. I guess I fear that would be a little bit too quick paced if they did that. Okay. Next turn. Oh, also, what the lady was talking about, these are travel villages. I was trying to remember the name they used for them because in Civ 5 they were ruins. If you walk over this tile, you get a reward. Could be gold, could be fresh research, could be just a map of the area, could be anything. Uh-oh.
Gorgoemi, Χα βασιλέας τα Σπάρτας, και των Χελένων. Τι είσαι εσύ, τι νας νίκας χωιός τεσί αγγέλειν.
So the other Greek person is also on this map. She said all that, and then we're going to greet her with, would you like to visit our nearby city and sample our hospitality? I think her abilities are slightly different than mine. I have to look it up for sure. I haven't memorized everybody's things. Damn, I want to see what that was.
Unit.
Yes, ma'am, I know all about ranged unit. Okay, there we go. Your knowledge of writing has advanced considerably. Alright, that's fine because writing is good for science. To take out that barbarian encampment, I'm going to start moving them down here to back up my warrior. Matter of fact. Okay. Red circles, zones of control, which will consume your movement when you move near another unit. And I think... Well, no, I don't think it affects you moving away. But moving around them costs all your movement, I believe. But I'll test that next turn to
It
be
is
for
best
sure.
to use caution when moving
Because I'm not 100% well versed in zones of control. Okay, so we'll go down here, grab this. You have gained... Oh, a free scout unit. Yay! Nice. So you go towards the snake. I guess that's what that is. Or sea dragon there. And then... So we're done with our slinger. We get to make a new production. I think what we will make is a builder, because we can go ahead and improve the sheep and the other sheep. No, sheep and cow tiles once it's done. Takes a couple turns, and then also by the time it's done, actually before he's done, mining will be done, so we can improve all these tiles. Okay, so we're in position. They're garrisoned. Oh no, I already moved them. Sorry guys, sometimes I lose track of what I did on the turn. So you can't do anything else. What's this warning over here? Plains wood movement. A new civilization. You get all sorts of status messages over here. It's good to keep track of. Right click one to get rid of it once you've seen it. Next turn. Again, kinda sorry guys. Again, if you're not into slow paced, I guess semi-thinking man games, this can get real boring. Oh, she's
Enacting
got
new
something down there.
policies in our government can be of great benefit.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law.
Okay. We will do that in a second. I'm going to move and then we'll cover the political stuff. Because that's... the way that's done is new in Civ 6. So she's down there. Well, since she weakened them, hell, I'll help. I mean, it would be better if we took it, but... I'll help. Hopefully I don't regret that decision. And I hate it moves. Sometimes I hate when they do that. They won't do it necessarily for, like... combat, but they'll do it for this, and it can mess up your movement or your intended movement. So move him back. Okay, real quick thing to explain on combat here, and I'll look at the strength thing next time if they're garrisoning, and it'll help explain the combat also. As your units take damage, they themselves do less damage because this doesn't represent one person. As you can tell, it represents like a unit of warriors. So that's real important. The main reason I attacked is because she used the slingers, so they were a little bit weaker. So I thought, fuck it, I'll help. They might come back to bite me, and I might have to move them out depending on how hard they attack next turn. Okay, moving to civics. This is, in essence, how your government is run. They want us to choose a new policy. We'll do that in a new civic research. Go here to my government. No, it's not that one. Which one? It's this one. This is your government. Okay, basically this tells us what our government is. Legacy bonuses are... I don't even know what the special thing is for this. But you have these slots. And then you go here and you go change politics. Or policies. The upside to playing the guy that I picked is they get this bonus wildcard slot, which means basically any of these cards can go in this slot. I should have actually done this first. Why now? Why do you say that? Okay, the red cards go in the red slot. One of them is plus 5 unit combat strength when fighting barbarians. Kinda obvious now why I should have put that in there before I fought that guy. Okay. Now for our... because that's our military policy. For our economic policy, well, it doesn't matter because I can put production in there. In this case, you really do need to pick and choose. But in our case, I have an extra wild card, so I can just take this other one, which I would prefer, and put it there. Confirm policies. Yes. Now, you want to make sure that's right, because you can't change it for free until you finish not Code of Law, whatever we decide to research next. Otherwise, you have to pay money to switch it. Okay. I always buy mine in this tree, so I know what comes next. I'm still not real good with this stuff yet. Because it's new to Civ, and I'm trying... well, it is and it isn't new. They did this different wheel with... can't remember what it's called in Civ 5, but it basically just gave you boosts. So I like the better governments, but let's see here. There is one person around us, so I might go to this one first for once, because it lets us build the unit trader, which establishes trade routes, which can send gold, resources, research everything between cities. Gives us the politic card to give +2 gold from all trade routes, and the army or the military one for +100 production towards ancient and classical aerial naval units. I don't know how Navy I'm going to go right now. I'm not planning to. It depends on how the coast looks, which is why I'm kind of exploring. It gives us the ability in the politics window, which was that big scripted thing that popped up with the other Greek lady. to propose a joint war where we are a united, or we're two people fighting the same enemy. And then the other one, Craftsman, would give us plus 30 bucks towards builders. Not a bad one, especially if you need to improve a lot of tiles. Plus 50% production towards ancient, classical era, melee, and ranged units. So we'll go that way first, since I know I've met one city, so I can establish an early trade route. Okay, did we move everybody? Yes, next turn. Oh, they didn't come out. Okay. Well, I'm going to play it safe. Or no. Who's in here? Oh, the guy up here. I don't know. And we
have
discovered a
discovered
city-state.
city-state.
Yay!
Establishing. There are several different types of city. Our city
Oh
state.
god, yes, yes, yes. God, guys, I will cut her off for the next video. City-states are like other civilizations like we met with that lady, except they don't really play against you, and they're more for political relationships and trade and influence. So, we met the first major civilization to meet the Stockholm city-state. You earned plus 1 envoy there. Okay, so that's what we got from meeting them. This is a mission they've given us. The Stockholm city-state has given you a new quest to recruit a great merchant. Okay, so we get extra delegates with them if we do that. Which we will try to. Because I am going to build kind of a gold-based economy to help with
Just as
hopefully-
our citizens have faith in your leadership, so they are begin.
Oh man, I really wish she would hush. I don't know why they left the camp, but screw it. I'm going to capture the camp. So they can't spawn more barbarians. Burberdins. I guess we'll go this way. Maybe it'll be safe. Maybe. I think I can move through these. And we'll move up here. I'm not sure if in Civ 5 they would get mad if you leave units inside their borders. They'd be like, no. Rumor has it that Greece is worshipping a pantheon
When you find
of
yourself in a hole,
of the
quit
gods
digging.
focused on this. I didn't get to read all that well. Son of a bitch. Sometimes you get extra intel on other civilizations. It's kind of nice, especially when you establish trade routes. Your merchant will be like, yo dog, I heard through the grapevine that so-and-so was going to do this. And you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of nice. So there's a lot of desert to our south. South, I think that's west. I've actually left you over there for way too long, but it'll work out. Sort of catch up because there might be more Barbadans over that way. Okay, up there, that sound means we found another village. We will have to run up there next turn. Okay, research. Okay. Let's see here. I'm not really going to focus on religion this time, so we might skip that for now. We'll probably have to come back to it. Shipping wouldn't be terrible. Pottery in 4 turns. Or rush early archers. Okay, well, this is the choices. Basically, I want to be able to do that. I want writing to be able to increase my research. But archers are your first 2 hex range units, so they're a good advantage early. But I guess I'll go ahead and grab pottery, because it's the shorter of the 2, and I'm going to need it either way. So just go ahead and grab that. Plus, we can build a granary in our city, which increases our food production and housing by 2, which I should probably explain that. If you want the stats on your city at any given time, you know, you come here, you click Athens, It explains there's, I guess, one additional building in the city. Actually, no, it's not because I hadn't built anything. Religious citizens, that would explain the balance of religion in the city. If we had one, amenities is kind of the happiness of the city, and then the population versus how many houses. So if you see to grow, you kind of need more houses so they will grow happily and everybody has a house to themselves. It's important things like that that you have to manage, because if a city gets unhappy, they can rise up and revolt. Or in the other two games, they could even go to a whole other civilization, because they're like, you know, fuck your couch, you're not even like trying to help us out here. You're just out for yourself, which is not good. Now, scouts are not the best melee units in the world, but I opted to do that because he was so weak. I could finish this fight real easy. Generally, scouts are not the best things to fight with. There are improvements when they get promotions.
Right to the apples on the Dead Sea shore, all ashes to the taste.
Okay, what does that give us? Because it is surrounded by desert tiles. 2 tile natural wonder. It appears as a lake and provides +1 faith, +2 culture, and fresh water. Units heal completely if they heal 1 turn adjacent to the Dead Sea. Okay, these are special tiles called World Wonders that give special effects if you're on them or near them, so on and so forth.
Through exploration, we have discovered a natural wonder of the world.
I know, and we got extra knowledge through astrology. So, this turn, however you want to do it, let's go grab that. I didn't see what that was. You guys can pause it there if you really want to know. Oh, did I get another scout? Dang, I'm getting a butt ton of scouts this game. Well, it's okay. Because that was one of my problems in one of my other games, is I didn't keep exploring, so when I needed more advanced resources, I had no idea which way to go. Or does it tell me there? That's just a World Wonder. I'm going to keep that in queue so I can find it. Yeah, move them down here. We'll go hunt barbarians, because it's a good way to level up your units. Next turn. Oops. I didn't. Oh, I guess because of the mountains. You know, in the next game, I will explain line of sight a bit better, because I want to ask some of my friends about that before I tell you guys wrong. But I think the reason why it didn't reveal more is because the mountains here, and that might affect it. And the reason why we could see that, I'm guessing, is because that's a giant mountain, so you could see it off from distance. Because that plays, that along with your range also applies to combat. Is, you know, just because you have 2 range, if there's a mountain in the way, that can affect how far you can shoot your ranged attacks and things like that. Makes sense, but it's something. Hey, there's another city-state. Ain't that neat? What is their quest? Hatusa city-state has given you a new quest: construct an encampment. Okay. We were going. I reckon either way, it doesn't matter. That'd probably reveal more of the map that way. Yeah, see how he, well, he probably has a bigger sight range too, but yeah, that sort of revealed more area. That one move did. Let's see, anything else that I forgot? 'Cause that's where sometimes it's like, oh, I get what you want to do. Okay, so next turn. I always double check sometimes. There's her warriors.
Je suis Catherine,
Oh, it's my
reine
name.
mère de France.
I'm
Je vous souhaite la bienvenue à mon
Mother of
royaume.
France. I welcome
J'ai
you.
grand
to the
désir
royal
et envie
realm. I
de
do
découvrir
so
tous
look
vos
forward to
secrets.
learning all there is to know about you. Well, if you just aren't nice. She didn't look very pleased. For someone who's like, I would be very pleased to see that, she just kind of had this look on her face like, ugh, fucking guess. If I have to, like, I mean, ma'am, you're not really gonna hurt my feelings if you don't want to. I mean, shit. Thinks thyself real important. Okay, I might let them heal a little bit. I think as long as you have one movement left, you can move and then fortify. I think fortify takes one movement to do. Wait, how did I just completely? You know what? I'm doubling back on myself here, but where's that? Oh, that's the French scout. Wow, that is a very slight color difference. I think theirs is like a pale yellow and blue, and mine's a slightly darker blue and white. Holy crap. I was like, wait, when did I get an extra scout? I was like, wait a minute. I did get an extra scout. Let's see here. Let's see orders. Ah, there's another enemy scout. Let me see if I want to attack him. Let's move up. See what we find. Nothing offhand. Beat the crap out of that scout. Stick fight! That we one-handedly. My scouts is the best. A Spartan delegation honors you with gifts of olive oil and black broth. Accept the honor. Your delegation is welcome. Even though I don't know if that actually gives me anything when they say that, we might have to look at the. What if there's a way to. I've sent a trade delegation with all the customary gifts: herbs, olives, various cheeses, and baguette. I guess it's baguettes to eat then with. Of course, your delegation is most welcome. She really just does not look thrilled with anything. At least that other lady looked kind of like, hey man, I'm gonna send you some free shit in a goodie bag.
No man
Like,
ever
that's
wetted
cool.
clay and then left it, as if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
I love the quotes. Some of the quotes aren't that great, and some of them are pretty good and witty. They bounce back and forth, and I'm a fan. So there's another coast. Wait, oh, don't do that. Okay, okay, our worker is ready, so I can explain workers, finally. Finally. Probably could use some inspiration. So you move them like normal units. Now, unlike the other Civ games where they built improvements over turns, your workers now have charges. Or builds. He can improve 3 tiles before he is expanded forever. And you tell what improvement to build by this window here. So he will improve our stone, and we got an improvement towards masonry because we improved the stone tile, I believe. Man, I'm not trying to be like a jackass about this, but you are kinda hella in the way. There's a barbarian encampment, I guarantee you, somewhere around here. I'm just kind of hoping I don't pull balls to the wall into one of their encampments, and then I'm like, so, what's up, dog? How you feeling there? Okay. You know, I'm gonna roll the dice. We're gonna take Crichton and go ahead and get our science, our campus up for science. Next reduction. I'll build a monument to help with city growth. And need of orders. Okay. Must be losing my shit because I don't remember moving them this turn. little forward, but they're also kind of protected. Next turn. I don't think they offered information on their city-states. I might check that with the next turn. I believe there's another city-state over here. If I can get close enough. Nah, that's not going to give it to me this turn. Okay. Go ahead and run him over here to the sheep tile. If it consumes all their movement. Oh, fuck me, I didn't mean to click that. Damn it. Consumes all the workers' movement to go into it because it's rough terrain or whatever. He can't improve in the same turn. I think is the rule. Which means he kind of can't move and improve in the same turn most of the time. It also takes 2 movements to cross a river. That's why I can't go ahead and jump that guy's shit. So next turn. Yeah, Trial Village Discovery, we will hopefully... no, actually we'll probably just get on the other side of the river. You know what, we'll let you go north. Just to check, and then our slingers will go here. Oh no, okay, that's... I guess if it's a single colored line... Okay, that's how you can tell. If you see a single colored dotted line, it's a city-state. Holy ball, she's right next to us. But if it is a... See, that's white and brown. Or white and red, I guess. That's another civilization. Okay, I wonder how they were doing that in this one. So, increase that tile. Now, the thing I'm not liking here is that we've already met 2 other civilizations, which you might think here, like, well, that's not that big of a deal. What are you whining about? That's going to constrict what we can grow. So I wonder if we might have to, like, early stage assault an enemy territory. Or something. I'm still not the best at
Χού το
managing my
στρέσσεσαι,
units.
σηκώστε το χαϊμαπέο γκέι.
Or to avoid
Πέι
bloodshed
έντι
to
χάτι
yield
ματέος.
so easily. Where is your honor? I'm not sure what you're so mad about, ma'am. And it doesn't really give me any extra shit to explain why you're angry. I would just maybe it's because I moved my fling people next to her city, even though I was just trying to figure out, you know, who the hell that was. So calm down. I like establishing trade routes for the money because I'm going to try to build my civilization based on researching quick and then having the money to upgrade units and stuff down the road because in my opinion, and some people will disagree, if you're going to go like heavy science focused to research fast and give yourself the technological edge, you need a strong economic backbone to sustain that playstyle. Unless you have like friends you're playing with and one of them just wants to be your sugar daddy. And you can make money through Fate 2. I'm just not as good with it. So I'm going to try to build a strong economy and then go from there as opposed to relying on Faith, which I am not as well versed with. You know what? I'm going to let you go because I'm not chasing you back across that fucking river. Did I get the... Okay, yeah, I got that Eureka removed for that tile. We might I don't know. So let me explain that, sorry. Naval things, it's weird because I don't know enough to know for sure if this is open expanse of the sea, which it should be, and then I can use naval units, or if, like I've done before in Civ 6, this was just like a really big lake and went to nowhere. So that's still sort of a gamble. I probably won't know that until I build like a maritime city over there and actually sort of try and figure that part out. And we'll let them hang there for the time being then. reform the formation, and we'll let the scouts do the majority of the searching, or at least let that guy do the searching for us, because you guys don't move too far. I'm kind of spinning my wheels there. Another goody hut. Well, that's what I guess better Civ players than I call them, goody huts. So I know the general size of the island, and I can scroll up and not see a black border yet, so it implies there's room to go that way. So it's likely got fairly decent sized oceans, so unless I find, like, if I can find a good spot down here, I might go on the other side of this jungle in a decent spot and build, and that will be my first naval civilization, because jungles are hard to get through for enemy armies. And we might want to start thinking about expansion sometime in our near future.
We
Okay,
have
let's
recently gained advanced knowledge in city planning. Creating districts in our...
Okay,
We
so
have the opportunity...
Writing
got
means
a-
sharing. It's part of the human condition to want to share things.
new political policies.
Thoughts, ideas, opinions. That's the positive aspect of trade, I suppose. The world gets stirred up together.
I like that change policies. I don't have any trade routes yet, even though I probably will take that as one of mine once I get a trade route. Actually, I'm probably going to do that soon, so since I don't have any money, we'll do this. In there. Change policies, because that might be the next unit I actually produce. You just wait there, and we're going to let Mr. Scout kind of do his thing. And what was that dotted line? It looked like a single. Yeah, that's a city state, so we will definitely cross that river. Can I do? What does this require? Military forces, 1 great general point per turn. Cannot be adjacent to city center. Go ahead and get that so we can. Because I want to be able to build strong military units, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Bronze Age. Plus we'll get our hoplites. Hoplites, I'm not sure how you say it. So I can go ahead and build a military district. Choose new civic policies. Research. Let's see here. Early empires, open borders. Which might be good for making friends. Either way, I need. Just one bank, maybe banking is way down that way. That's a good one, so because I have more slots. I guess early empire, because I'm not necessarily worried about militarized tactics cards yet. Even though I might should start thinking about that just because there's probably a good possibility that I will.
This military unit has proven themselves. From the experience...
Okay. I have to show you next turn because you can't move it out, and then we'll cover promotions next turn. So come back to this point, run down here and get that map, and then we might. We'll have to rethink where to send you because you discovered that half of the map. If I want to send you straight back up or not. So, next turn.
بفضل منه الواحد الأحد القوي
He's got some more
المنتصر
structure.
الدائم الذي لا ينتهي ملكه أرسل إليك تحياتي يا صديقي العزيز.
That's the third station. Sample your hospitality. Okay.
Harald Sigurðarson stendur fyrir þér. Aldrei var víking slík landsnja lagar. Ertu hræddur?
Oh man. I'm surrounded by civilizations and damn it. It's an honor to meet you. Well met, stranger. I'm afraid we are too busy to stay and chat. Change information on capitals. I might befriend the Vikings. I like Vikings. Okay. So that is equal
The
parts
number
fun,
of
I guess.
faithful has grown, and it is time for us to define our beliefs. Let us...
I have a pantheon. Damn it. Okay. Stone circle's a thing. Westside district adjacent to a river. I'm not planning on building one to find spark. Plus one great pressure point for holy site. No. Plus one production from fishing boats. That might be one. Plus one food from camps. Plus one faith for mines. Luxury resources. The festival plus one food from wheat. Wine, incense, cocoa. So that might be worth it. God of War, bonus faith, equal to 50%. No, God of God of healing. Only by 30%. Your holy site district. No. These are ancient classic era wonders. Desert folklore. It's not a campsite. Yeah, we'll do God of the Sea, screw it. Because I've seen some fishing spots, so we might go that route. I don't think that's going to be hyper important to our religion unless I can somehow work it in later. I mean, this is a good start point of the ending because we're coming up on time. I could probably fit in another turn, but I don't want to, like, be halfway through a turn and run out of time and have to rush it. So this, in a nutshell, is Civ 6. If you like turn-based strategy games, because that's what this is. This would be turn-based, not real-time, I guess, even though real-time strategy games, like RTSs as we think of them, are still turn-based, so I'm not sure what the difference is there. Maybe you can tell me in the comments below. So I hope this gives you an idea what the game's about if you've never seen it. It probably didn't tell you a whole lot if you're a veteran of Civ 6. And if you are and you have plans based on my strat that I want to build like a strong economy and then get the tech advantage for like world domination, throw me some hints down in the comments. If you have any questions, throw them down there too, or just want to talk. I thank you for spending time with me today. Sorry I was a bit draggy and yawny, but I had a lot of fun doing this. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. This community keeps on growing. I thank you for spending an hour out of your day with me to play Civ 6. I'll catch you tomorrow, most likely with Shadow of Mordor. Thank you so much for your support. Peace, guys.